Lately, of course, with all the sound bites and snippets, it's been really hard, not to see the headlines every day. And sometimes we kind of rib each other about what the other person's candidate has said, but it's usually pretty good-natured.
I have to restrain my humps during the convention. So
Debates are interesting in our household, but it's a pretty friendly conversation for the most part.
Yeah.
Hofer. This is my husband, Scott Hofer. We're talking a little bit about the differences in relationships when two people come together with opposing political views. And Scott, I would describe as a sort of libertarian-leaning Republican, and I would describe myself as more of a yellow dog Democrat. Having a difference in politics has been part of our relationship from the very beginning, and that's actually kind of how we met each other, was debating politics at parties and that kind of thing. And for us, I think that's actually been a really good thing, a nice thing. So many couples, having a disagreement about something can be really difficult and tense, but that's having the ability to disagree without being disagreeable has been something that's been part of our relationship since day one. So
I think on our first date we were debating tax policy.
That's
so
right.
But I think it was kind of a neat way to start off a relationship, because you have to bridge that gap to begin with, and I think a lot of people don't address those issues early on, and then they have problems when differences arise later on. So I really don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm not fond of either of the major party candidates at this point, but
I know absolutely who I'm going to vote for. There's no question about it. So most likely they will not be the same person, both of our ballots. But
yeah, I'm more than likely to make a protest vote with the libertarian candidate. So, but I haven't decided yet.
I remember having one conversation that we kind of had to walk away from and just say this is not something that we should continue talking about. And it wasn't. It had to do with a gay marriage question, and both of us are very strongly in favor of the government staying out of that decision. But it was a question about supporting a candidate who reflected, I think, your fiscal beliefs, but was socially very conservative. And it really bothered me that you were thinking about supporting that person when I knew that what they were advocating as far as social policies was not what you believed in your heart. So that was a little bit heated conversation. I don't know whether you voted for that person or not, but
I think as a result of that conversation, I actually changed my vote.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, that kind of makes me happy. See, something good can come out of these conversations. I think both of us are very firm advocates in the idea of critical thinking. We really want to encourage our son to be able to analyze information on his own, be able to hear lots of different points of view and be open to them. And whatever conclusions he comes to, he's going to come to. So, certainly we're on opposite ends of the spectrum, but as long as he's putting his own critical thought into reaching those conclusions, we'll be happy with whatever he decides. If you'd asked me who I was going to spend the rest of my life with, and you told me it was going to be a Republican corporate attorney, I would have said, you're completely insane. That's never going to happen. But there's just so much that I do love about this person. And the fact that we don't see eye to eye on political issues, there's so much more to the relationship. There's so much richness, and I don't know, at the risk of sounding really corny, just the love and the trust that we feel for each other, that really seems like kind of a minor thing in the grand scheme of things.
And for me, I think that the other thing that helps is that Marin's very well researched in her opinions and has a good foundation for believing what she does. And even though I might draw a different conclusion from whatever she's reading, I can respect the fact that she's thought through the issue, read up on it, knows what the situation is, and even though we reach a different conclusion, the fact that she's done her homework. Always
I got
done
an
her
A.
homework.